does art have an identity, or does only the artist have an identity? And is it even important? These were the points that I wanted to debate, and that's why I set up an exhibition where I looked at 14 artists who had practiced for the larger part of their careers outside the country. These were all artists who, in many ways, identified it or created a sense of identity for Indian modernism in different ways. When we looked at putting them together and trying to arrive at an understanding of whether their journeys had been the same, we in fact found that their journeys had been vastly different one from the other. They painted in styles that were vastly different, but there was an element of their rootedness within the culture to which they had belonged. Memory plays a very important role in the recollections of many of these artists in their practice. In fact, one of my favorite artists in the show, Shakti Barman, often used to reference the jatras of his childhood memory from rural Bengal, where he grew up, and he turned these into the Harlequins or clown series of his practice in Paris. Zarina Hashmi, another interesting artist, grew up in pre-partition India in Aligarh, but her family migrated to Pakistan post 1947. Interestingly, she married an Indian diplomat and therefore now had this kind of very important dissonance that appeared in her life, where she didn't know whether she was Indian or Pakistani. Artists have reacted in different ways to how they look at their canvases or their work. So when Amba Das painted in a cold Scandinavian country, he painted using warm colors. He painted the confusions, the celebrations, the chaos of India. On the other hand, you had someone like Sohan Kadri, who in Copenhagen as a yoga practitioner used again the same bindu that Raza worked with, but in a very symbolic manner, often using it to suggest chakras of the spine. But these were meditative works that are quiet, they're entrancing in the quality that they bring to themselves. So these artists have contributed in various ways to the art practice, not only the way we see it in India, but also for modernist language around the world. And that, I think, is what makes this exhibition critical, because we're putting together in a certain crucible and trying to read the works of 14 artists, not only artists who were important for us in India, but artists who also belong to the world. And in trying to understand where their legacy rests and how we recognize their work, I think we're paying homage to what they've represented for their entire art practice.